The following program is suitable for family viewing. Well, non-family members can join in too.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of Taste Bud. My name is Adekunle Adebimpe, CEO Yanvi's Kitchen. I'm here to make steamed rice and GIZDODO. So right here, I'm going to be introducing my ingredients to you, which was actually supplied by supermats.ng. So here we have rice, we have gizzard, we have carrots, and then we have here roughly blended peppers. And what I have here is actually scotch bonnets and tomatoes and onions. And then we have here plantain, we have here spring onions, our groundnut oil. We have the bell peppers, the red pepper, the green pepper, the yellow peppers, the seasoning cubes, we have the salt, we have the garlic. After this short break, we're going to go into the cooking proper. Okay, welcome back to Taste Bud. Like I said, we're going to be having GIZDODO, which is just a combination of gizzard and plantain. So as first, I'm going to show you what to do. You have to first wash your hands before you ever start cooking. That's like the main thing you have to do in cooking. Okay, so I'm going to start with boiling my peppers. You want to do that first because it takes like most of your time. So that's the first thing you do. So you boil that for about 10 minutes so that the water dries off in the pot. Then you can go ahead and then boil your gizzard. But make sure you actually wash your gizzard first before you do anything. Then we're going to boil it. Make sure you always wash your pots anyways. So we're going to add some seasoning cubes, salt, curry, and thyme, and a little bit of onions. We're doing that so that the gizzard can have a lot of taste, like very, very tasty, and it will be very juicy when you're taking it with your plantain in it. So I'm just going to put water in this so I can sprinkle it on top of my gizzard. Just boil your gizzard like you're boiling your normal meat. It doesn't actually have a big process. What you do is just boil it like you're boiling your normal meat. And you want to have enough water in this so that it comes tender, and then the seasoning in it, you can actually use the water to cook your peppers because it's going to give your peppers a very, very nice taste. So you want to do that and have enough water in your gizzard, and make sure your seasoning is actually much, not too much. Be cautious of it so that your food won't be too salty. So the next thing we're going to do is to chop our plantains, but first you have to create like a very good workspace. So you do all this back. But I forgot to say, you have to cover your food. So I'm going to be cutting my plantain in cubes. I do that so that because I'm going to cut my gizzard also in cubes when I'm done. So it's just going to rhyme into the gizzard and then your peppers. So that's why they actually call it GIZDODO. Okay, so after that is done, I'm going to place it on a plate. Okay, so that's chopped already. So we're going to have to clean this up. Always try to tidy up your workspace. So I'm going to go back and then check my food. Okay, this is about to get done. Okay. My water is already drying up. So right now we're going to take a short break, and when we're back, we're going to cut the rest. You're welcome back to Taste Bud. We're still making our steamed rice and GIZDODO. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fry my plantains. Sorry. I will have to push my boiling gizzard backwards so that I can have so much space to fry my plantain. So while we're waiting for the water to dry off my pan, I'm going to start cutting my bell peppers. So you're going to cut off this part of the peppers. Okay, then we're going to wash this. So when you cut your peppers, make sure that you try to remove these white stains because you don't actually need them. So you just cut that off. And make it clean. So my water has dried off my pan, so I'm going to put oil on it. So you want to wait for that to get heated up before you fry your plantains. So I'm done chopping my peppers. So right next I'm going to fry my plantains. So since I don't need this anymore, I'm going to put them in the fridge. I like using a sieve to take out my plantain because I don't really like oil. So it drains out the oil before you put it inside your peppers. So the next thing I'm going to do is just quickly pour in my gizzard. Oops. So the next thing you do is to put your dried pepper inside your oil. You'll see how fine it is. It's all dried up. So you want to put a little bit of oil in it so that it fries well, but not too much, just a little bit, so that your food doesn't get oily. So now my gizzard is brown already. I'm going to take that off. Since that is off, I'm going to start with my GIZDODO. So what you want to do is to add a little bit of seasoning in this. Remember, we already added the stock, so be very cautious about your seasoning. So I'm going to add a little bit of pepper, a little bit of seasoning cubes. Then we're going to add curry and thyme. Just a little bit, not too much. Just to give it more taste. Then after doing that, you're going to pour in your plantain. And then you stir so everything is coated in it. Then you add in your gizzard. That's why it's called GIZDODO. Then you want to coat that in. And the next thing you do is to throw in your veggies. And you coat all that together. Oh, they look so beautiful. Then you add a little bit of oil so that it doesn't get too dry. Exactly. So we leave that for a bit so that all the veggies can simmer together. Smells really nice, and I know it tastes nice too. So let's go back to our rice. Oh, that's almost done. So just gonna leave that for a bit for it to dry up a little bit. So we're going to take a short break now. When we're back, we're going to be plating. Yeah, welcome back to Taste Bud. This is still your girl, Chef Yanvi. So now we're trying to wrap up this steamed rice and GIZDODO. So what I'm going to do now is just to plate it. So I'm going to do the easiest plating ever. So what you do is you're going to put your rice in here. You want to press that down a bit take it round, press it down. So you're going to have a shape like this. So I'm going to turn this off. And then you're going to take your bowl, put it this way. Make sure it's always at the center. And then you turn it. You can leave that for a while so everything just sets in. Okay, so you want to put that in the middle. And then I'm going to take my gizzard, put it right here. That smells really, really nice. So I'm gonna open this. Turns out really nice. Then what I'm just gonna do is just gonna round this with the gizzard, just bit by bit, little by little, round the plate. Sometimes you want to use a smaller spoon because this can actually scatter your plating, but just try to do that at your convenience. And then you want a perfect plating, so what you do is take a paper towel, and then where there is a little bit of pepper, you push it and dab. You dab that around it. Okay. So that is all you're going to do. Try to see if there's no stainings around it. If there is, you should take a paper towel and dap it round. There you have it. This is my steamed rice and GIZDODO. You can try out your own recipe, take pictures, tag us on our social media platforms scrolling on your screen. And remember, these beautiful ingredients weren't supplied by me, but supplied by supermats.ng. And I'm still your host, Chef Yanvi. You can follow me on Instagram at Yanvi's Kitchen. And you can also follow my personal page at Adebimpe. Stay blessed till you have me again. Thank you. Time to try out my own recipe. This is really nice. You should make sure you try this at home. And I hope you like it when you do. Thank you.